Smoky Hill JV player Tristan Callbeck collapsed and died as a result of a heart attack. At this time, if we can bow our heads and take this moment of silence to honor the memory of Tristan Callbeck and her family during this difficult time. Thank you. Now we wish both teams the best and hope you enjoy the game.
Welcome to Stream It Sports. We are live here on May 5th, Trailblazer Stadium in Lakewood, Colorado. Everybody on the field will be brightly lit in Go Lime to support families impacted by cancer through the HEADstrong Foundation. And then to add to the entertainment, top 10 teams positioning for playoff seedings, which will be announced this very weekend. We've got a couple of Jefferson County rivals who know each other well and rarely fail to entertain us. 3 consecutive years they've had 1-goal games, and you're going to witness their clash again tonight in 2017. It's the Columbine Rebels against the Wheat Ridge Farmers. That will be coming up just shortly here on Stream It Sports. Center X, guys ready to face off. This battle between Jefferson County rivals, the Wheat Ridge Farmers and the Columbine Rebels. You see there on the face-off X, wearing the all-lime jerseys to support the HEADstrong Foundation. Those would be the Columbine Rebels, white with splashes of Go Lime streaks. That is the Wheat Ridge Farmers. As we just get underway, ground ball pickup by Columbine. That's Andy Stash, the very capable defensive midi, the junior for Columbine. So, again, the reset, bright, Go Lime green. That's the Columbine Rebels, the number 5th ranked team in the state, number 7 in the RPI, defending right now in the white jerseys splashed with the Go Lime and the blue shorts. Those are the Wheat Ridge Farmers, ranked 7th in the poll distributed by the Colorado High School Activities Association, 6th in the RPI. And again, the critical setup, not only regular season finale between 2 rivals who always give us excellent battles, but there's an opportunity for one of these teams to possibly gain a top 5 seed in the upcoming playoffs. There's a mid-level whip coming from up top. That was from Carson Capps and Wheat Ridge. That attempted shot wide. Gavin Bielman, the goaltender for Columbine, easily gets it. Now he's going to advance up forward, looking for a midi to help him out. Or then he'll go ahead and get the clear started off by one of his defensemen, easily across midline. And again, all green with the blue shorts, white lids. Those are the Columbine Rebels, as we have a whistle blown and a stoppage in play. Now possession awarded to the Wheat Ridge Farmers. So Wheat Ridge will have possession, as you see Justin Kehoe, the senior captain, dodging midfield and easily across midline, so the clear successful. And first setup with a lengthy possession will be the farm from Wheat Ridge High School, the northwest side of the metropolitan area here in Denver, Colorado. Wheat Ridge coached by the head man, Chris Knott. He's been the man for the program for 13 consecutive years. They're 12-2 overall, 6-0, and winners of the Front Range Conference. Again, currently 6th in the RPI. As you see that shot get to Bielman, he makes the save. Another one kicked towards the cage and goes off to the left side, stick side of Bielman, who has it right now. So the Rebels get out of trouble right there. Columbine now with possession, 11-3 overall, 6-1 in the Jeffco Conference. just took a tough loss down in Monument, Colorado to Lewis Palmer, looking to finish off the regular season strong with a victory over guys they know so well from Jefferson County in Wheat Ridge. So again, bright green is Columbine, white is Wheat Ridge, as we're just about 3 minutes into this first quarter at Trailblazers Stadium. You're enjoying the best of Colorado lacrosse, supported by the HEADstrong Foundation. This is a special event helping support HEADstrong in aiding families who've been impacted by cancer. Very proud to use what we have to offer, which is our skills in the media industry, to present this game, showcase these kids in the programs, and do good things for the right reasons in supporting the HEADstrong Foundation. You'll see a lot of goal line green around. Somewhere around here is a grassroots bucket being passed around by Mrs. Stottlemyre, one of the mothers of a Columbine Rebel, taking donations to support the HEADstrong Foundation. Right side, shot attempt off that far wing, easily picked up by Beelman. The shot from Zack Hall. Now Columbine will settle in as Patrick Stottlemyre. Some excellent defense on the part of Carson Capps. There's a shot attempt, but that's too radical an angle, and that's an easy save and pickup for the goaltender of Wheat Ridge. By the way, in goal for the Farmers, Nolan Hector.
Ball to Columbine.
Gavin Beelman, excellent goaltender for Columbine. He has it right now. Nolan Hector, strong in the cage, the senior, who will eventually play next level at Robert Morris in Pennsylvania. We've got a handful of guys who are out there on the field that will eventually get their opportunity to play at the collegiate level. Be sure to point those out appropriately. Wheat Ridge bringing it up. Carson Capps, lead defender for the Farmers. Long pull, shoots across to the far wing, and now Wheat Ridge will set themselves up offensively. Andrew Frerich is across the way. Frerich working behind the circle in the cage, and now they reverse the ball back up top. With it is that's Cole Kissel. Kissel the missile. And now a shot, a bouncer off the post. And a long rebound. Look at the chase, trying to get to it, giving all he's got. Kobe Bellew. That shot attempt came from James Walker, the junior midi. And you saw the velocity to where it went off the post and all the way to the 50-yard line, to the midline here. As we pan back to the left. Working right to left offensively, those are the Wheat Ridge Farmers. Wheat Ridge looking for a cutter. Frerich cannot find anybody, so reset up top James Walker. 32 looks to Chris Knott and the coaching staff, and we'll see how Wheat Ridge attacks. Right side, there's a shot, saved by Beelman.
Farmers retain.
And Wheat Ridge is going to maintain possession. So Wheat Ridge finding opportunities to get off what looks like efficient shots. Good saves by Beelman. And then the hardware surrounding the cage. 0-0 ball game here at Trailblazers Stadium on a beautiful evening in Colorado. Just 6 days ago, we had 1.5 feet of snow on the ground up in the hills. Now it's 70 degrees here at this time of the evening, 7:40 Mountain Time, with lots of sunshine. That's how we roll here in Colorado. You just wait. You'll get what you want. Be patient. We don't do spring here out in Jefferson County. And all these guys out on the field are well aware of that, playing the spring game. Meanwhile, Columbine moving up forward. Taylor Gustafson working it around as Columbine staying wide and back up top. Nick Darrow, last time we were here, just last week on the broadcast, Darrow with a hat trick in beating the Mullen Mustangs. It's excellent defense there by Wheat Ridge, pushing everybody wide. Good story. Matthew Georgiades with a sore Achilles. He was out just a week ago, but game time decision. Able to play, number 9 out there on the field and working with ball possession right now. Bounce pass, waiting the shot. That's not going to come off the stick of Gabe Mean. Better defense, ball down. Everybody trying to chase down the ground ball. Who's going to come up with it? It's Columbine awaiting the shot. There it is, and it's wide. Good exchange between the two rivals. Nate Surd eventually came out with it. Dropped to the mid-level, went sidearm with it, a little bit wide. So now Hector gets it to a D-man and the clear for Wheat Ridge. Bringing it up, Carson Capps. 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. There's a shot and a save by Beelman. That's a tough read with that long pole. That's why he starts, and I would never get a chance. Is what it is. Another nice save by Beelman in net. Here's an opportunity, and again a save right in front of the circle. So Gavin Beelman. Doing a nice job there. Beelman, a junior. His coach, Matt Plitnick, talking about how Beelman took control as a leader this year. Making good decisions, directing the D-man when he wants to clear. Beelman strong in the cage so far in the first quarter here at Trailblazer Stadium for the Columbine Rebels. Rebels with it. There's the shot and a save by Nolan Hector, who matches it right on TV. Beelman and Hector looking good, the goaltenders for each of these squads. 3 minutes left in the first quarter in Lakewood. Up top, Wheat Ridge. I believe that was off the stick of Beelman between his two gloves. And then it goes into the locker room. Wheat Ridge is going to keep it. Personnel changes will come onto your screen. There they are. Too tough an angle there. Hit to the side of the net for a moment. Beelman couldn't find it. Now he does, and quickly he wants to clear. So advancing forward, here comes Columbine. That is Nate Surd, one of the top scorers for Columbine in this 2017 season. Each of these squads will get playoff seeds based on RPI. Will they host a game? Will they make it in the top 5? Columbine ranked higher at 5th compared to Wheat Ridge, ranked 7th. But the Farmers, based on scheduling and gigaput computer math, the Farmers 6th in the RPI. Columbine is 7. As you see that shot go wide, really no threat for Nolan Hector. Nate Surd being defended well by Trey Sayers. Some contact, awaiting the shot, looking for a cutter. Teammate backpedaling off the pass from Gabe Mean. Mean, the future Utah Ute, calling for it. There's Gabe Mean. Tough pass, now a battle for the ground ball. It's going to be won by the defenseman. Boy, a nice piece of work there. Trey Sayers efficiently picks up the ground ball and then flips it to his goaltender, and here comes Wheat Ridge. Good defense there, Columbine. And nifty footwork, Kevin McCoy. Pardon me, that is Mitchell Tiedman, the sophomore for Columbine. Want to call out number 5. Competitiveness elevating now that we're deep into the first quarter. A minute left in the first here at Trailblazer. 0-0 ball game. Here comes the shot attempt, and that's in. The score for Wheat Ridge, it's Andrew Frerich for the Farm. "50-second mark, first quarter. Andrew Frerich pops the cork on the scoreboard, and a 1-0 lead early in this game between the Jeffco rivals. Wheat Ridge leading 1-0 after the goal by Andrew Frerich. "11 minutes, 10 seconds for someone to solve one of the very capable goaltenders. And then Columbine with a strong win off the faceoff. You're going to see a lot of that. Entertaining kid to watch, Dylan Leinhardt, who has it right now. He's the ball carrier. Leinhardt working all the way down, looking for a cutter across. Ground ball pass attempt. That's a little tough to handle, but the Rebels are going to keep it. Looking for a shot and an equalizer. You hope for the Rebels just before we take the break between quarters. 21 seconds left. Wheat Ridge, 1-0 lead. Rebels from Columbine have possession. Mean, cradling, right hand. Waiting for that final push. Nobody streaking through as you look to the left side of your monitor. There's a shot. Easy save, Nolan Hector. Andrew Frerich scores with 50 seconds left in the first quarter, and Wheat Ridge has a 1-0 lead. The second quarter coming up on Stream It Sports. Face-off X, players getting ready to start up the second quarter. Stream It Sports, Columbine and Wheat Ridge. 1-0 game. The Farmers with the lead off of an Andrew Frerich goal with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. You see the bright, beautiful colors. Hashtag GoLime on the Twitter. We're all supporting HEADstrong Foundation. Today's teams, Wheat Ridge and Columbine, help them pass cancer awareness from one stick to another by supporting the HEADstrong Foundation and the relentless fight against the disease. www.headstrong.org. You can help change the game for those affected by cancer. Your impact will help HEADstrong in helping out victims, survivors, and the families affected. Visual reset for you. Trailing 1-0 right now and defending. Columbine in the bright lime jerseys with the blue shorts and the white helmets. Wheat Ridge for a moment there with possession, wearing the white jerseys with the Go Lime splashes along the hips and the familiar blue helmets with the gold streaks. Wheat Ridge in white with a 1-0 lead. Andrew Frerich at the 52nd mark, first quarter. That's all the scoring we have through the first 13 minutes of play. Second quarter, approaching the 11-minute mark even. here in the second as Gabe Mean works with the ball against the defense of Columbine. And again, fronting him, Brock Harmon doing a nice job defensively. And a reset up top, Columbine Rebels trailing 1-0 in this game. We are live at Trailblazers Stadium in Lakewood, Colorado. The HEADstrong Game, regular season finale. Top 10 teams and Jefferson County rivals. There's a shot and a save by Nolan Hector. Trouble, and it gets back to Hector, and he easily has it. Evades the defender pressing. And here comes one of the long poles of Wheat Ridge, pushing along the far side. Nifty stick fake there across the way. Travis Torline, let's call him Dad. It's a good story. They actually call him Dad since his freshman year. Guess he's the valedictorian at Ralston Valley High School. And Coach Knott says he even looks the part, too, the way he dresses. By the way, I wanted to show the splash of Go Lime, so I put Dad and Matt Georgiades on the Twitter a little bit earlier today, if you want to look for that. Settled down the pace here in the second quarter. Under 10 to play as Wheat Ridge working with it. Spin dodge attempt. That's really a jump shot there off the stick of Josh Iago. Freshman attacker showing some creativity on the shot attempt, but too wide. Now Beelman and his defenders in front of him, which that's nice work there by Peyton Winters. And we'll see the Rebels work with it. Familiar look on your screens. Gabe Mean, the D1 product, setting up the offense behind the cage. For a moment there, Tanner Hollins. Now back up top as peppering as Georgiades and Nick Darrow. Darrow stays up top, off screen now to the right. Down low, there's Mean. And that pass intercepted nicely. Good anticipation by Robert Miner. Or pardon me, that was Justin Kehoe, the senior captain for Wheat Ridge. Matter of fact, that's Kehoe bringing it up across midline. Kehoe's a fun kid to watch, short stick defensive specialist. And you saw a bit of that, him showcasing his defensive awareness, intercepting a pass down low in front of the crease. Wheat Ridge in white with a 1-0 lead. Both teams looking for a top 5 spot in the playoff seedings, which will be announced this weekend. We will get into the round of 16 and meet you at Mile High mid-month to decide another lacrosse champion in the state of Colorado. Center cutter, there's a shot off the post! Beelman reacted, he thought that got through, and then heard the sound, and here comes Columbine. Ball fake, here comes the shot, and it's wide. Good transition there quickly. Nick Darrow all the way down the field, got a shot off, shoulder high, but too wide. Rebels are gonna keep it though, they have possession. Ball carrier up top, Georgiades, this way, Nate Surd. Centering pass, a little off, but a good ground ball pickup by Tanner Hollins. Georgiades testing that sore Achilles, which kept him out a couple of games, and an unforced error. Wheat Ridge awarded possession. Good clean game, great defense here in this HEADstrong Foundation game, the regular season finale between the Jeffco rivals. Here comes a shot from the long pole, a little shallow on the bounce attempt. That was Trey Sayers working down the center of the field. Wheat Ridge is going to keep it. Approaching the 7-minute mark midway through the second quarter. 1-0 lead Wheat Ridge in white with possession.
Timeout, Wheat Ridge.
And now a timeout called for Chris Knott and his Wheat Ridge Farmers. By the way, I'm Marty Cesario, yet to introduce myself. Plenty of people that we need to point out, including HEADstrong and these two programs, before mentioning our names. There's me. Marty Cesario on the call, along with executive producer Phil Mildren. Gayle Kakac, go Coyotes, providing the visuals. As we look down there, get a look at the coaching staff of Wheat Ridge. Chris Knott is in the other huddle. There's that capable staff. We're talking about a team in Wheat Ridge. Knows about going deep in May. They had that 2013 4A championship. Hello to Mr. Ocello, by the way. 2013 4A championship, each and every year, perennial contributors in the playoff seedings. Right now sitting 12-2, they're 6-0. Very aggressive scheduling. They've beaten top teams, not only in Colorado, but also a couple in California. That strong schedule sits them at number 6 currently in the RPI. We are keeping track of some of the other games around the state, and we have a couple of good ones tonight that include teams that are going to be part of the conversation as the RPI shakes out and thus playoff seedings, including Lewis Palmer. We're playing Lakewood tonight. We should get a final from them soon. Mountain Vista and Arapahoe. Monarch and Grandview also playing at this time right now as we are live from Trailblazer Stadium on the west side of Denver here in Lakewood, Colorado. 1-0 lead for the gentlemen in white from Wheat Ridge. Under 7 to play here in the second quarter. It's your HEADstrong Foundation game. Go to headstrong.org to learn more about the outstanding efforts of what HEADstrong does. Centering pass, beautiful toss. And the exchange results in Zack Hall getting the ball and scoring the goal, a 2-0 lead for Wheat Ridge. Zack Hall, number 6, center of your screen, shaking his head. Senior midi, on his way to play next level at Lindenwood in Missouri. He's going to play some D2 ball out there. It's been fun to watch Zack play the last 3-4 years. Zack Hall receives in the center and puts it through. His first goal of the game, second for Wheat Ridge. And the Farmers in white have a 2-0 lead. Face-off win for the Columbine Rebels. So good work on the part of Dylan Leinhardt and Andy Stash, who has it and is now sealed off along that far sideline. Dante Lombardi, who leads the team in ground balls, that time doing a great job with physical defense, harassing an attackman for the Rebels. And then we have a stoppage in play and a timeout called as we get a look at the split huddles of Matt Plitnick's Columbine Rebels. Matt wearing the visor right there. Matt Plitnick, 8th-year head coach for the Columbine Rebels. Huge advocate and ambassador for the game of lacrosse in this state and abroad. Always involved with that Under Armour All-American game on the East Coast. So these kids know they've got some credibility in the coaching staff there. Not just Matt, but his assistants too. Kind of a mixed squad that balances out their scoring, playing for each other. Multiple goal scorers throughout the season. That's why it was odd last week in the win over Mullen for Columbine that you actually had somebody who had a hat trick. That was Nick Darrow. Usually you'd expect about 6 guys with 2 goals apiece. So after the pause in play, the way Gabe Mean is non-verbally indicating to us, going to chase down the ball, the Rebels will have possession as we're about at the 6-minute mark remaining in this first half of 5A lacrosse at Trailblazer Stadium. Far side Mean wants to reset up top to Matt Georgiades. And good job defensively. Hounding him was Justin Kehoe. So an adjustment for the offense as you saw Mean for a moment all the way back across into the near side. Now the Rebels set up. Under 6 to play in the second. The Rebels in the lime green, down 2 goals. Waiting that shot attempt from Nick Darrow doesn't happen. Georgiades works. Left side dodge, spin move to the middle. Shot off, backside defense. Outstanding job on the part of Trey Sayers, collapsing, attacking stick, and forcing the turnover. Bodies on the floor. In this case, humans on the turf. And now another timeout. And we'll go ahead and take a break with these guys. 2-0 lead for the guys in white, Wheat Ridge on Stream It Sports. Return to the action. 5A Lacrosse Trailblazers Stadium, the HEADstrong Foundation game between the Columbine Rebels and the Wheat Ridge Farmers. Goals by Andrew Frerich in the first, Zack Hall here in the second quarter. 2-0 lead for Wheat Ridge in white. As again, you can see on the scorebug up top that Phil Mildren has created for you. We have about 5 minutes left here in this second frame. Missed exchange there by Wheat Ridge. Good hustle to get the ground ball. Columbine Rebels. Here comes Brock Harmon. Extending with that long pull, getting harassed by Zack Hall. And now another timeout called.
We'll be back in about 60 seconds, more or less, as Columbine is taking a timeout.
So Coach Plitnick wants to take another timeout, and you'll see them huddle up. Fact for you, every 4 minutes someone is diagnosed with cancer, and every 10 minutes someone loses that battle to cancer. Contact the HEADstrong Foundation at headstrong.org to find out how you can be a huge or small part. Either way, you're helping people affected by cancer and their families. Again, headstrong.org to do some research and then perhaps get involved with the HEADstrong Foundation, which is the reason why we are so very colorful here this evening in Lakewood. I kind of had, because I get weird thoughts, if there's a drone in the sky or a low-flying aircraft, they're not going to miss us, right? We've got Go Lime all over the place. You can see Columbine Rebels right in front of you, bottom of your screen, wearing their HEADstrong jerseys. Wheat Ridge wearing their white jerseys splashed in the gold lime along the hips, all in support of the HEADstrong Foundation. A couple of programs entertaining us and doing good things for HEADstrong. Columbine has possession, down 2-0 in this game. Columbine in the green. Near side, working against some excellent defense. That's Patrick Stottlemyre. Had to eventually yield, and now Columbine will reverse it back up top to Matt Georgiades. Nice spin move. There's a shot and a save, Nolan Hector. Goaltender's a bit outstanding. Two have gotten by Beelman. Hence the 2-0 lead for Wheat Ridge. Nolan Hector right there making another save, and that's why he's going to play next level at Robert Morris. It's good to see, too, because it's been a very emotional year for Nolan Hector. His father had passed earlier in the year. Here's Nolan, first year starting. He's been involved in all 14 game decisions as the goaltender, playing well and currently pitching a shutout against the number 5 team in the state. Nolan Hector in goal, left side of your screen for Wheat Ridge. There's a shot and another save using the body. Hector shielding the cage again successfully. Hector advancing upfield a little bit. Defenders pressing except for this near side, and there's an air attempt, and this could be a quick transition. Here comes a shot perhaps from Columbine. There it is, and another save. Nolan, Hector, and Wheat Ridge. Columbine's going to keep it. David Dooley dodging one defender, back to Georgiadis, who just checks in. That right heel looks good for Matt, and that's outstanding. Nick Darrow. Oh, what a great fake. On foot, can't get through. A trio of defenders. And a goal for Columbine. The Rebels are on the board. They finally solved Nolan Hector getting one on the board. So at under 3 to play, the Rebels have trimmed their deficit in half in a low-scoring contest. It's now 2-1, 2:51 mark. Columbine scores. Getting a confirmation on who scored for Columbine. That's the freshman attackman, Tanner Hollins. So we will credit Tanner Hollins for Columbine. Strong reaction after the multiple saves by Nolan Hector. Rebels no quit offensively, and they get the goal from Tanner Hollins, the freshman, at 2:51 second quarter. Rebels have possession right now, looking to even up the game late in the second quarter in Lakewood, Colorado. Nick Darrow working with it again, and they'll send it low to that X spot. Nate Surd, and then back around up top. Guess who? Nick Darrow. Junior midi, David Dooley. The shot, and it's a little bit wide. Hector was there, sealing off that far side. Rebels are going to keep it, though. Under 2 minutes left. 2-1 Lacrosse game. Rebels trailing with the ball. Columbine offensively seems to have found a rhythm. Some space. Now looking for cutters and an opportunity to even up this ball game. Dooley up top. There's a shot from Darrow. It's off the post. And the crowd reacts. Thought they had the equalizer, but unofficially credit the posts on these cages with 3 saves in the game so far. 122, we keep going. 2-1 game, Wheat Ridge in white defending with their slim lead. Over the top of Darrow's stick, and an empty possession there for the Columbine Rebels, but they did get a goal recently. About 1:40 seconds ago on the clock. Tanner Hollins, the freshman, getting the first score of the game for Columbine. Meanwhile, we transition on your screen left to right. In the attacking zone, Wheat Ridge with the 1-goal lead. Carson Capps been active in this first half. Gets through. Will he get a shot off? Yes, and it gets through for a score. Carson Capps evades 2 defenders and puts Wheat Ridge back to a 2-goal advantage.
Number 3 put it in for the Farmers.
And I'll have to correct myself. That was Chris McCarron. It was a 3 in the New Age font. Pardon me to Chris. Doesn't take anything away from the effort. Besides, we'll have Phil cut up a highlight from Streetman Sports. Chris McCarron at 41 seconds in the second quarter for Wheat Ridge. Again, goal lead in this first half at Trailblazer Stadium.
Columbine does.
So Tanner Hollins scored about 2 minutes ago to get Columbine within one, but then Chris McCarron just scored for Wheat Ridge. The Farmers defending with a 2-goal lead. There's a bounce attempt coming through center slot. A little too high and above that crossbar over Nolan Hector. The Rebels are going to keep it with under 20 seconds left here in the second quarter of the HEADstrong game. Regular season finale, top 10 rivals. On the chase, Columbine cannot get to it. Possession will be awarded to the farm of Wheat Ridge. And we'll see if they can advance quickly upfield. Long toss will help you out. Can they get a shot off? McCarron once again. Backside. Good job defensively on the part of Will Chislett. And the Y50 siren sounds here in Lakewood. Frerich, Hall, and McCarron have scored for Wheat Ridge. And a 2-goal lead for the Farmers here on Stream It Sports. another quick look in for you from Trailblazer Stadium in Lakewood, Colorado. Marty Cesario along with Phil Mildren, Gayle, Kakac, the rest of the crew here on Stream It Sports, the HEADstrong Foundation game with Wheat Ridge Farmers taking on the Columbine Rebels, recapping the scoring summary from the first half of play and an outstanding defensive battle between these two Jeffco rivals. First quarter took a while, 11 minutes, 10 seconds until we had the first tally on the board. It was Andrew Frerich for Wheat Ridge scoring at the 52nd mark in the first quarter to get one on the board and an early lead for the Wheat Ridge Farmers. And then they extended that lead to 2-0 at the 6:28 mark in the second quarter. It was senior Zack Hall scoring his first goal of the game. So Zack Hall made it 2-0 for Wheat Ridge. Later on in the second quarter, Columbine got their first goal. Tanner Hollins, the freshman, scored at 2:51 in the second. It was 2-1 Wheat Ridge at the time. And then later on at the back end of the second quarter, Chris McCarron scores at 41 seconds in the second quarter to make it 3-1 Wheat Ridge. And that's where we stand right now. So here in this rivalry game between two top 10 programs, perennial playoff contributors, it is the number 7 Wheat Ridge Farmers with the 3-1 lead over number 5 Columbine. As you see, players back out on the face-off X, getting us ready to go here in the third quarter on this gorgeous evening in Lakewood. 8:22 Mountain Time, 75 degrees. And if you're beyond the state, it was just 6 days ago we had 1.5 feet of snow in the foothills. Wheat Ridge eventually gets ground ball, and then an error there, I think caused by the defense, eventually picked up the ground ball by Easton Hartman, one of the 2 seniors on the Columbine Rebels lacrosse team. By the way, he's going to play at the next level, just not this sport. Easton Hartman will play at Sheridan, Wyoming. As you see that shot attempt from Hartman over the cage, and the crowd moans and reacts, getting dialed in here as we settle in for the second half of play. All kinds of good reasons to enjoy this lacrosse contest. Doing nice things for the HEADstrong Foundation. Both of these programs funding your broadcast, to put it bluntly and realistically, so you can enjoy it and so everyone can support the HEADstrong Foundation. And then we've got the critical factors out on the field and involving this weekend. 2 teams in the top 10. Most importantly, the RPI, the computer rankings that dictate playoff seedings. Wheat Ridge sitting at number 6 currently, Columbine at number 7. Those RPI numbers will help define where they sit in playoff seedings. Those will be announced this weekend as we approach the May playoffs in Colorado lacrosse. Everybody looking to be one of the elites, the final 2 to advance to Mile High in mid-May at the championships. A couple of roll dodge maneuvers from Columbine and Nate Surd, and then got caught in an awkward position, left-hand release up top, and that was way over Nolan Hector. Here comes a shot, and that's low. Boy, that's bottom level, coming off the stick of Patrick Stottlemyre, but it doesn't get through. About 2 minutes into the third quarter, Wheat Ridge will have the ball. Will have to clear. That's the goaltender, Nolan Hector, all the way to the safety, across the way. I believe that's 2-1 Jack Bozick. Now here comes the rest of the farm into the attacking zone. McCarron finds the near wing cutter, and the ball ends up on the ground, and out comes the defense of the Rebels, Brock Harmon. Eventually Andy Stash. And now the Rebels will set up down low with Stottlemyre. And now Gabe Mean. And they reverse it around and reset up top with Georgiades. Eventually, there he is. We're going to get a shot. I thought so for a moment from Tiedemann. Doesn't happen. Pardon me, that was Nick Darrow. Georgiades. You can see his size advantage, but look at the double on the defense. Forces a ground ball, but then a whistle blown. And Georgiades will scoop it up, and the Rebels will keep possession. Columbine Rebels in the bright goal line, all green with the jerseys. Defending Wheat Ridge, wearing the white. They've got those splashes of goal line green along the hips. There's a shot, and easily picked up. Dialed in visually is Nolan Hector, who's allowed just one goal through 2 quarters of play. Here comes Wheat Ridge. And a shot attempt. Defender right in the shooting space, doing a nice job there. And then takes a couple hits. Peyton Winters, credit his defense. Quick transition, Rebels waiting for the shot. Boy, there's a goal scored by the Columbine Rebels. Second of the night for Tanner Hollins. Stoudemire to Hollins. Second goal on the scoreboard for the Columbine Rebels. 8:33 mark, second quarter. Hollins on an athletic play, flying towards the goal crease, able to get one through, and now Columbine. Under head coach Matt Klitnick, within a goal, we await the faceoff at that center X. Dylan Leinhart in the green, battling, and wins the faceoff. Physically getting it across, and nicely done, the freshman Braden Hogan. So the Rebels have possession, and they're down just a goal, looking to even up this contest. That's never been the case since the start of the game when we were at zeros. Wheat Ridge scored first. They've had a couple of 2-goal leads. That time the Wheat Ridge defense able to force an empty possession by Columbine, and now here comes the Farmers. 4 minutes into the third quarter. Winners seeking perhaps a home game and a top 5 spot in the upcoming playoffs. Fair to say it's very important too, here in the Jefferson County area, to be the guys who can brag at the mall. Because they all know each other, not just through club play, just because of geography. Great defense on the backside there, forces the ground ball. Coming out with it was Andy Stash. He gets dropped to his behind, quickly picking it up, Mitchell Tiedman. And now Nick Darrow gonna bring it up and push it forward. Gabe Mean behind the cage. So Tanner Hollins has scored twice just a minute and a half ago in clock time. Hollins received from Stoudemire to get the Rebels within 1 goal, and now Columbine has possession. Here comes a shot, that's low, and a save by Nolan Hector. Trouble. Eventually the long pole picked it up for Wheat Ridge. Travis Torline, good work, Dad. 6.5 left, third quarter. There's Caps with the long stick. Chris McCarron, who has scored, over to James Walker, the junior midi. Cole Kissel, we've yet to see the missile release the rocket. Kissel's on the near side, bouncing around as the ball carrier. And that's going to be an unforced error, resulting in a Columbine Rebels possession with 6 minutes left. Columbine in the goal line green. Ooh, that was an opportunity. Near side wing, the cutter with direct path to the goal crease. Couldn't receive the pass. And so the Farmers will take possession and clear on that far side once again. Wheat Ridge holding the slim lead. No longer holding the balls. Columbine's going to clear across the midline there. Is that Darrow? Yes, it is. And then near side over to Patrick Stottlemyre. Gabe Mean, the leader, calling for it. Now he's going to run the offense. Shielding with the right shoulder. There's a shot and a score for Columbine. They've tied the ball game, and a hat trick for Tanner Hollins. If it's the first time you've watched Columbine, you see number 20 right there. Tanner Hollins, just a freshman. You don't have to make it easy on the pass. He's shown in 2 consecutive goals that he can receive it on the run. If it's a little bit difficult, he'll get possession, and eventually the score, 5:07 mark, third quarter. Tanner Hollins scores his third. We now have a tie ball game. Tanner Hollins from Gabe Mean for the Columbine Rebels. We're even at 3-3 in this Headstrong Foundation game. Wheat Ridge scores the quick answer off the stick of Tanner Spyrek. You see the replay from our crew at Stream It Sports. Spyrek, the face-off specialist. The sophomore from up top quickly answers for the Wheat Ridge Farmers to regain the lead for Chris Knott's Wheat Ridge team. 4-3 Wheat Ridge. Tanner Spyrek, sophomore midi, at 4:52 in the third quarter. Defensive game that finished up at halftime with a 3-1 Wheat Ridge lead. Seems like the offenses and the attackmen picking up a little bit. Finding more opportunities as Wheat Ridge coming through and scores. That's off the stick of Andrew Frerich. His second goal of the game, and now a 2-goal advantage for the Wheat Ridge Farmers. How about that for poking the bear on the farm? Columbine even things up on the Tanner Hollins goal at 5:07. Within roughly 30 seconds, goals by Tanner Spyrek, and you just saw the replay, Andrew Frerich. And so quickly, the Wheat Ridge Farmers again have a 2-goal lead. Frerich, his second of the game. So we have 2 multi-goal scorers in the game, as you see Dylan Leinart win the face-off again. What a talented freshman, so fun to watch. And working with it, getting harassed from behind by Dante Labardi. Defensive help, doubling up, and there'll be a whistle blown. And officials eventually award possession back to Wheat Ridge. Trouble there right in front of the cage, and Hector goes and chases it. He'll use that momentum on the run and clear across the way. So good hustle by the goaltender. Now Trey Sayers and Wheat Ridge. As a flag goes up in the air on that far side, you can see it. There'll be a man-up situation coming up for Wheat Ridge. And then eventually the whistle blown. So multiple goal scorers. Tanner Hollins for Columbine has all 3 goals for the Columbine Rebels. But Andrew Frerich scores his second at 4:24 in this, the third quarter. After being tied up, Wheat Ridge returns to a 2-goal advantage, and they have possession. And now it's a man-up situation in favor of the guys in the white jerseys. That would be the Wheat Ridge Farmers. Looking to finish off with a win over their rivals in the regular season finale. Look for that top 5 seeding in the playoffs. Also, we should note, get a victory in the final game, perhaps at Trailblazer, for their exiting head coach Chris Knott. This will be his final regular season game as the head man for Wheat Ridge. There's a shot attempt, that's wide, and it goes right by the goaltender, Gavin Bielman. Glad I got an opportunity to fit in. That's part of the multiple storylines here in this game, along with the strong support of the HEADstrong Foundation. But we have one of those notes. Such a great ambassador for the game here in the state, Chris Knott, after 13 years, will be retiring. Under 3 to play, third quarter. The Rebels. Jerseys all in the goal line. Trailing once again by 2 goals. Here comes Nick Darrow. Right in the middle, and there's a great opportunity. Great feed by Darrow. Excellent one-handed receive. And here's an opportunity right up front. Point-blank range, open net, and a score for Columbine. The future Mercer Bear, Nick Darrow, scores for the Columbine Rebels. Right there. Too much commit by the goaltender leaves Darrow, a next-level player, alone in front of the net, and he puts it through. 2:28 mark, third quarter. Nick Darrow, the senior, his first goal of the game, and most importantly, gets the Rebels of Columbine back to within 1 goal. Leinart wins the face-off once again. Picked up easily by Braden Hogan, and Rebels in business with ball possession. Down a goal. Surd takes the shot, that's wide. Good work to the left, trusted his left side release. A little too off to the glove side of Nolan Hector. But Gabe Mean and the Columbine Rebels still have the ball. There's the junior, David Dooley. Evades the defender, and Dooley able to get a shot off. That was sealed off on the near side of the cage very nicely by Nolan Hector. Settled back into this great defensive game. 3-1 after 2 quarters. That's how we headed into halftime. Great job by the long pole defensively for Wheat Ridge. Trey Sayers, the senior, then trailing behind, knocking it loose, forcing ground ball, Tanner Holmes. Wheat Ridge eventually gets it as Sayers able to pick it up, and now Wheat Ridge will settle in with a 1-goal lead. Wheat Ridge in white, up 1, third quarter, live from Lakewood, Colorado. Across the way, McCarron, and all the way to that far wing, back up to McCarron again. As you see James Walker enter our screen. Little pepper there up top, McCarron and Walker. Now McCarron advances. Problem on that receive. Ground ball stays alive. Who's going to go get it? You see players sweeping it so they can get some free space to get it. Ground ball still alive, and eventually Wheat Ridge comes out with it. Frerich for a moment. He takes contact. And there's flags on the field. Wheat Ridge is going to have a man-up situation, currently maintain possession. So the whistles stay in pockets. looking for this near side cutter. It doesn't happen, and we go to zeros. So we'll start the third quarter. Wheat Ridge is going to have a man-up situation right now. They've got a 1-goal lead. The Farm up on the Rebels here on Stream It Sports. Returning for the fourth quarter, the final frame at Trailblazer Stadium, the HEADstrong Foundation rivalry game between the Wheat Ridge Farmers and Columbine Rebels. Go Lime and pledge your game in support of those affected by cancer. Go to headstrong.org to research more and find out how you can make a pledge or somehow support the HEADstrong Foundation in helping out those impacted by the terrible disease cancer. Look at some of the replays, close misses as Columbine had opportunities trying to even up this game once again, able to do so with the third goal of Tanner Hollins, but then Columbine had some opportunities, as did Wheat Ridge in the third quarter. As we just get underway here in the final quarter. Wheat Ridge in white with the 1-goal lead. Defending are the Columbine Rebels in the goal line. There's a shot, bounce attempt coming off the stick of Zack Hall. A little too much bounce, too shallow on the release, and it goes over the cage. But the good side is for Chris Knott and Wheat Ridge, they keep possession. They also hold that 1-goal lead. They work it around for Wheat Ridge. Here comes a shot attempt, mid-level, and a score for Wheat Ridge. That's off the stick of the missile, Cole Kissel, getting it through for the Wheat Ridge Farmers. 11:22 mark. There's the rocket from the sophomore midi, Cole Kissel. And Wheat Ridge again with a 2-goal advantage. 11:22, fourth quarter. Cole Kissel for Wheat Ridge. Wheat Ridge has never trailed in this game. They've been tied once. That was back in the third quarter at 5:07. Again, the third goal by the freshman Tanner Hollins for Columbine. Multiple times, the Wheat Ridge Farmers have had 2-goal advantages, including right now after the Cole Kissel goal at 11:22 in the fourth. So Columbine in the goal line jerseys, again working with a 2-goal disadvantage. Back to even strength. There's an opportunity. And I don't think that was a save. I think that was great defense on the part of Travis Torline. So Dad makes a play on D to stop the Rebels. And now a ground ball. Darrow chasing for it, but coming out with it is Wheat Ridge and Andrew Frerich. Frerich with 2 goals in this game, and now ball possession. And back up top. And the Wheat Ridge Farmers will reset with the midi James Walker peppering along with Cole Kissel and then eventually Chris McCarron. Under 10 to play here in the fourth quarter. Wheat Ridge in white with the 2-goal advantage. There's a shot, low bounce attempt, easily picked up and nicely done by the goaltender, the junior Gavin Beelman. Rebels hustling to transition right to left on your monitor. And now they'll set up behind the cage with Gabe Mean. Eventually reverse it back up top to Georgiades. What an outstanding game, and this is very fitting with our expectations. We've been here and the regular season with these two programs. 3 consecutive years they finished off the regular season with a 1-goal decision. The last 2 games were overtime. Jump receive through the middle by Tanner Hollins, and eventually popped to the ground in a whistle stoppage. Chris Knott hustling to get his long pole out there defensively. Dante Labardi, the senior. Rebels trying to push through. Good defense. Great anticipation on the part of the Farmers defenders, just reading the dodges and impeding the path of the attackmen for Columbine. So the guys wearing the white, Wheat Ridge, still with that 2-goal lead, approaching the 8-minute mark remaining in the contest. And a missed possession opportunity there for Wheat Ridge. That's good if you like Columbine, because they have the ball. Down 2 goals. Columbine coming off of that tough loss down in Monument between 2 top 10 squads, and it was for the conference championship. It didn't turn out well for Columbine. They took the loss to Lewis Palmer. Looking to finish off with momentum, and it would be huge momentum to be able to get this win. Where a victory, the impact is elevated because look at who you're beating. Working to the middle, the Rebels get a shot off. That was from the stick of Patrick Stottlemyre, but Nolan Hector makes the save. Clearing for Wheat Ridge, Lombardi, he takes the hook off the stick of one of the Rebels, and now we have a timeout call. Look at that replay there. That was the release from Patrick Stottlemyre, the junior attackman. Can't get it through. Credit the save of Nolan Hector. As we get a look in on the Wheat Ridge Farmers. Again, Chris Knott, his final regular season contest as the head man. Wheat Ridge program. Enjoy watching. Chris, by the way, is in that huddle right side. He's the man talking right now. If you can get a read on him, he's got a blue shirt coming out from underneath his coat. Chris Knott, Matt Plicknick know each other well. They're real tight. The lacrosse community is really tight. A couple of guys who really support lacrosse, not only their own programs, but each other, and then pretty much anybody in the state. Coach Knott breaks huddle. Wheat Ridge, who you're looking at, with a 2-goal lead. Think of some of the players that have come out of these programs. For Wheat Ridge, Jensen Makarov over at CU, Caleb Surf and Cody Bartusiak at Lynn University, Walker Denton at Nazareth, Reagan Devine at Rockhurst right now, Tyler Wagner at CSU. That's just for Wheat Ridge. Columbine active at the collegiate level. Jack Stebbins from Colgate, Jake Gonzalez at CU, Landon Kramer at Sacred Heart, Lucas Labas at Detroit Mercy, Dalton Sierra playing for University of Tampa. And we got 5 guys on the field right now who will play at the collegiate level next year. Part of why you're enjoying this entertaining ball game here. Whistle stops at 7:06, fourth quarter. Wheat Ridge in white with the 2-goal lead. Hope you're enjoying as you're viewing here within the state, whatever role you play. Could be just a fan, could be grandma, could be a coach who's idle tonight. What's up, Coach? We know some of the value is, hey, it's game film. And then if you're beyond the borders of Colorado, thanks for watching. Appreciate that. And in this case, not only getting a chance to showcase the programs and the players here on the online broadcast, but we're doing good things for the HEADstrong Foundation this evening. 2-goal game. Wheat Ridge has the lead. Trouble with the ball up top are the Farmers. Cole Kissel, who scored the most recent goal at 11:22 here in this quarter, eventually got it. That's Kissel right there, the ball carrier. Kissel again. Nick Darrow comes into your screen to play defense up top for the Rebels. Here comes a shot, bottom level, that's a beauty. Andrew Frerich now has a hat trick for the Wheat Ridge Farmers. Timely shot from Andrew Frerich, who you're looking at in the white jersey. We hadn't seen a release like that all night. Down low. Shot kind of rises. And Andrew Frerich at 6:26 in the fourth quarter. Frerich, his third goal of the night, gives Wheat Ridge their largest lead of the contest. So the Farmers up 3 as you see that battle at the face-off X. Look at these two guys. And coming out with it for a moment was Tanner Spyrek. It's been a great battle between Spyrek and Dylan Leinhart all night. Fair to say, Leinhart, who had it for a moment there, probably has a lead in the advantage on face-off wins, but not that time. So we'll give love to Tanner Spyrek, who has a goal in this game, by the way, for Wheat Ridge. 7-4 lead. Rebels in the lime green, trailing by 3, getting later and later in the fourth quarter. Shot attempt by Nick Darrow, defended well defensively by Carson Capps. That ball never got to the cage. Hector didn't have to deal with it. Meanwhile, Columbine's going to keep it. And the guys in the goal line jerseys from Columbine trailing by 3 and working with the ball right now. And there's a missed receive. It goes out of bounds. Award possession to Wheat Ridge. So Frerich scores at 6:26, his third of the game, to give Wheat Ridge the 3-goal advantage. Now the Farmers have the ball. A problem with the clear. Here come the Rebels. 2-on-1 situation. There's a shot and a save. Nolan Hector for Wheat Ridge. That was man-to-man right there. Tanner Hollins elected not to pass. You see the replay. Absorbed contact. Got the ball off and a pretty decent shot, but a better save by Nolan Hector. Hector allowed 1 goal in the first half here at Trailblazers Stadium in Lakewood. 3 have gotten by Hector here in the second half, but still a 3-goal lead for Wheat Ridge. And the Farm in the white jerseys have the ball and a 3-goal lead. Approaching the 4-minute mark here in Lakewood. Good defense there by Columbine. Andy Stash. Bottom level release picked up well, and a save by the junior Gavin Beelman. Beelman's going to advance far up the field, gives to Nick Darrow. That's Darrow giving way, shot attempt near wing, and a goal for Columbine. Nate Surd has put one through and found twine for the Columbine Rebels. Rebels react in the stands, stomping the aluminum in support of their team. There's the replay. Look at that. High, right corner over the shoulder. Nate Surge scores for the Columbine Rebels. Good work by the junior midi. 3:36 mark, fourth quarter. Nate Surge, his first. Columbine back to within 2 goals. More of that battle. We'll give that one a win for Leinart once again. Ground ball pickup, nicely done. But for a moment there, Braden Hogan had it. Ball knocked loose. Unforced error. Here comes Columbine pushing forward. Watch behind you. A good set of eyeballs looking behind Patrick Stottlemyre. So the Rebels, about 3 minutes left. Plenty of time to work with, down 2 goals. Gabe Mean has not scored in the game. He's distributed well. Recorded points. There's Mean, and he releases from up top. And that's a little wide. Columbine's going to keep it. They're nearest. So the Bulldog going to Utah. Got one off from up high. Really not much threat to Nolan Hector. Columbine still trailing by 2. And here come the Rebels. Dooley up top, defended well by Jordan Siemens, the junior midi. You may be able to tell by the number of names that I've called out. A lot of guys are contributing in this contest. Mean working for a moment against Kevin McCoy. And that is McCoy who is fronting Gabe Mean. Mean wants everybody out of there. Can't find a cutter. Under 2 to play, fourth quarter at Trailblazer Stadium in Lakewood. Top 10 teams, Jeffco rivals, 2-goal game. The Rebels in the goal line trail by 2. Being very patient. Rebels couldn't receive that long pass, and here comes the quick clear. The Farmers pushing up with a 2-goal lead. Anxiety levels by the defense of the Rebels picking up a little bit. They're down 2 goals. 72 seconds left in this game, and a timeout called on the field. $0.90 of every single dollar contributed to the HEADstrong Foundation helps fund the services and programs to improve the quality of life for those affected by cancer. Not only the people struggling to fight the disease, but those who support and love them. Research and donate at headstrong.org. That's the reason we're so colorful this evening here on the Stream It Sports broadcast. See the lime green there, flash along the hips and along the quads of the Wheat Ridge Farmers, holding the 2-goal lead. Getting tutored up by the assistants for the Wheat Ridge Farmers. By the way, big moment for Wheat Ridge, celebrating 35 years as a lacrosse program. I mean, it's sports, right? So I'll jab. And a lot of old-timers were here in the house, tailgating across the way. They looked like they were enjoying themselves. Coach Knott said, pretty sure the first team from 1982, the entire program, or the entire roster, was on site today. A couple of squads who know success. Columbine had that Final Four appearance. That was thrilling, too, that year. 2013, they went to the Final Four. That was in Class 5A. At the time, that same year, Wheat Ridge was playing in Class 4A and advanced all the way to Mile High Stadium and able to collect their lone championship just 4 years ago. 1 minute to play in the ball game. Wheat Ridge in white have the 2-goal lead. Taking their time, bouncing around, playing a little keep away. Cole Kissel, who has a goal in this game for Wheat Ridge, passing over across the way. Frerich, who has a hat trick, having some problems and loses possession. 40 seconds left for the Columbine Rebels in the goal line jerseys. They've got to score 2 goals to take us to overtime at minimum. Long clear will save some ticks. And a whistle blown as the Rebels advance with the ball carrier Nate Surd. And now Gayle Kakac will give us a view in and eavesdrop in on a split huddles of the Columbine Rebels. Right side in the visor with the lime striped jersey. That's 8-year head coach Matt Plitnick. Plitnick moving over to the other huddle. Right now trying to figure out a way to efficiently score 2 goals in the final 31 seconds of this ball game. RPI implications, which has impact on playoff seedings. Those will be announced this weekend. Regular season finale, familiar place, Jeffco turf, bunch of guys who know each other well. And as long as we're between the lines and there's time on the clock, no like each other tonight. Not right now. By the way, before we conclude the game, shout out to Devin Robb. Magnificent work, as always, for Jefferson County as you see that shot attempt on the far wing. If you're from the area, you're familiar with the voice of Devin Robb. Public address here for Jefferson County. Gorgeous night here in West Denver Metro. There's a shot, sidearm, left-hand release, Nate Surd, saved by Nolan Hector. Clock ticking, under 10 to play. Wheat Ridge getting excited, awaiting a celebration, which is going to happen right about now. The Wheat Ridge Farmers have concluded the regular season with a win over their Jefferson County rivals. The Farmers with a 7-5 victory move on to 13-2. And by the way, our staff whispering in my ear, we've done a handful of Wheat Ridge broadcasts. This is the first victory for the Wheat Ridge Farmers here on Stream It Sports. That makes my job easier during production calls midweek. And congratulations to Chris Knott, by the way, final time coaching a regular season game here in Lakewood. Gets a victory before his retirement, but he's got games to go. So do the Columbine Rebels. Both teams going to be in a pretty good position in the upcoming playoff seedings, but Wheat Ridge have given themselves an opportunity based on what the computers do. We'll have to go to the George Michael Sports Machine and see how that all shakes out on Sunday, but it certainly will help Wheat Ridge. Andrew Frerich with 3 goals in the game for the Wheat Ridge Farmers. And a bunch of other guys with single goals, including Nate Surd, Cole Kissel, Tanner Spyrek, Chris McCarron, and Zack Hall. You see sportsmanship there as Jeffco buddies shake hands after a magnificent game and a 2-goal win. Final score 7-5 for the Wheat Ridge Farmers, moving to 13-2. Columbine Rebels did not get the momentum they wanted after that tough loss down in Monument to Lewis Palmer. They finished the season with 2 losses, but still will be very involved in the upcoming Class 5A playoffs here in the state of Colorado. Columbine now overall 11-4 on the season. Big hand claps, thanks again. Look for the stuff we put out there. Look for Dad and Georgie on the Twitter. There's my handle. Engage with @StreamItSports. And look for the HEADstrong Foundation handle. That's easy to spot on a quick Twitter search. Again, one of the most important parts of what we've done this evening is support the HEADstrong Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization out of Pennsylvania that works across the country helping not only those who are affected directly by the disease, but also how it impacts loved ones, families who are directly involved with the cancer fight. Headstrong.org if you want to surf the net. You can see the final score there. Frerich with the hat trick. Wheatridge with the win. Good night from Lakewood, Colorado.